This is probably the most awaited video in the recent times, 2022 edition of 50k PC build. Hey guys, Vimal here and welcome back to my channel. First of all, I have a very good news to share with you all. So finally, after waiting for this long period, the prices of GPUs are coming down steadily and are actually reaching like very close to MSRP. And in a couple of weeks now, GPUs will be like available in abundant stock, guys. So people who have been waiting to buy brand new GPUs or maybe like build brand new PCs, your time is finally coming. And that is the reason I'll also be bringing back my budget category PC builds on the channel. I've been getting a lot of comments like, hey Vimal, can you please make 50k edition PC or maybe like 40k edition budget PC on your channel? We are like eagerly waiting for that, and I just had to do that in this video. So for these budget category builds now, I'll be doing like couple of variants. For example, today, as you might have seen the video's title, guys, 50k edition PC build 2022 edition. So I'll be doing like 2 to 3 variants. Like I'll be doing like an APU build in this price segment, I'll be doing AMD edition, Intel edition, and later I'll be comparing all of these builds, guys, and I'll show you like thermal comparison, performance comparison, and you'll get to know like which is the best configuration to go for. So it'll be like super useful for a lot of people. Today we'll be doing like an AMD edition 50k PC build, and that too this will be like a future upgradable APU build. Just by adding a GPU to this existing PC in today's video, you can massively improve the gaming performance, guys. You can even do like 1440p ultra gaming as well on this PC. So this is something that you'll have to look forward to. You'll get to see the performance in this video itself, and apart from that now, as I've told you, it's an APU build. Right now you don't have a GPU, but still you can do casual gaming. Like you can easily play like GTA 5 and these sort of games very easily as of now. So before actually getting started with the build and talk about the components that I've used, I'd like to give a big shout out to Bitkart for sponsoring this video. So thing is, a lot of people would love to buy a PC or maybe like build a PC at their home, but thing is, not many people have like proper experience or like full knowledge on the components, or maybe they don't want to take a risk with their brand new components, and that is where pre-built PCs come into existence. So guys, there are like so many brands in the market that make pre-built PCs, but out of these, Bitkart is like quite popular, guys. These guys have been in the market since many years. They're based out of Delhi, have like an offline store and also an online website that goes by the name Bitkart itself, and these people deal with like computer components. They sell like pre-built PCs. They also fully customize gaming PCs or creator edition PCs as per your requirement. Very good quality service, that too at reasonable prices, and ship all over India. And apart from that, they also have like special features where they give you like a live video feed on how they're handling your components, how they're building your PCs, so you'll get to know about their maintenance as well. So make sure to check out their link. So now let's get started with the unboxing part, and after that we'll talk about the components. So there you go, guys. Our brand new 50,000 rupees pre-built gaming PC from Bitkart has arrived in this sort of box packaging, and I do have to mention packaging is solid. Came all the way from Delhi to Hyderabad, and I had quite a bit of trouble unpacking it. Took me almost like 15 minutes to just take the carton out of this whole thing. And there you go. By looking at the box packaging, you might have got an idea on the case, right? It's a special case from Cougar MX410 RGB edition case. You'll get to know about the components in a moment. First, let's get started with the unboxing. Let me grab my knife and cut this seal on the package. And oh, look at this. So whenever you buy a pre-built PC, Bitkart also sends you all the boxes of the respective components as well, so you don't miss out anything. And there you go, guys. Our brand new 50,000 rupees AMD edition APU gaming PC is over here. And I do have to hand it over. Look at the packaging. Even on the inside also, they've stuffed all foam and thermocol, so nothing is damaged on the inside during transportation. So before I actually give you all a closer look at the PC, power it on and show you, now let me quickly tell you about the components and the configuration I went for this budget. As I've told you, this is a 50k AMD edition gaming PC, and I've chosen like an APU for this configuration. There is no GPU as of now, and the reason for that is, see, I wanted to build like an all-rounder PC, guys. It should be like quite powerful enough so you can do like streaming as well, and in future when you add like a GPU now, you can do like excellent gaming as well, up to 1440p ultra gaming also possible. And on top of that, this PC should also be good for like content creation work as well, and that is the reason the CPU I've chosen is Ryzen 5 i5600G. It's a 6-core 12-thread APU with a max turbo of up to 4.4 GHz and can offer like excellent value for performance, guys, at this price point. You can do content creation, video editing also, streaming is also possible, and excellent gaming. And for the motherboard, I've paired it with like an affordable category B450M DS3H motherboard from Gigabyte. It's a good motherboard at a very affordable price, guys. Offers all the basic features. Only thing is it doesn't have like onboard Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So you'll have to use like an adapter or a dongle for that purpose. And for the RAM sticks, guys, I went with like dual channel 16GB RAM 18:2, and that too clocked at like 3200 MHz from T-Force. It's their Vulcan Z edition RAM. Now talking about the cooler, I'm not using like the stock cooler that you get with the CPU. I went with something like better because we are planning for long term and upgradability part, right? That is the reason I went with like a dedicated air cooler from Cooler Master. This is their Hyper 212 ARGB edition fan. Very good quality cooler, guys. Offers like good performance at very reasonable price. Now for the whole power supply thing, I went with a 550 watt 80 plus bronze edition power supply from Cooler Master, and this is like more than enough for this sort of configuration, guys. Unless you're going for something like a 3060 Ti or maybe like something above than that, you might have to upgrade the power supply to maybe like 650 or above. Apart from that, if you're using like a budget category GPU, this will be like more than enough. Coming to the storage, I went with a 240GB M.2 SSD from AData, and you can expand it depending on your requirement. Lastly, coming to the case, we have a special RGB case in the house, guys, and this one is from Cougar. It's their MX410 edition ARGB case and looks quite beautiful for the price point. You'll get to see that in this video. So that's it, guys. These were all the components we've used for today's 50K edition PC build. Now let me just quickly power it on and show you how the PC looks like. So here's our first look at the 50K AMD edition pre-built PC, and I do have to mention Bitkart has done a good job with the cable management. Quite impressed, guys. So let's quickly power it on and see how this PC looks like. Oh my goodness, now that is what I call a proper RGB PC on budget. Build looks beautiful, right? The case features 4 RGB fans on board that are fully customizable as per your preference, and I love the overall look of it. Not to miss out those beautiful RGB components on the inside. Just have a look at these delicious shots, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, time for the benchmarks, but before that, to get the best possible gaming results, we'll need to do a couple of changes in the BIOS. Now since it's an APU, by default the system accommodates only 512 MB of VRAM to it, and we need to increase that to a minimum of 2 GB. You can do that easily by heading over to the chipset section in the BIOS and apply the same settings as I've done in the video. Basically, you need to set the UMA mode to specified and manually change the buffer size from 512 MB to 2 GB just like this. And that is it, guys. You're all good to go. Save and exit from the BIOS. Now comes the fun part, real world performance. Like, how does this PC handle gaming? We'll be playing the game at different resolutions and graphic settings and see how it will perform. There is no dedicated GPU on board, right? So I'm pretty sure you guys are curious about the results. So first off, let's play GTA 5 at 720p resolution, very high to ultra graphics, and see how it will handle it. As you can see, we are getting around 65 to 70 FPS on an average. 720p to maska, guys. You can play most of the games aram se at these settings. Look at the CPU and iGPU temperatures also, averaging only around 53 to 55 degrees centigrade. Well controlled by the air cooler even during this peak summer heat in India. So now let's take it a notch ahead, guys. Let me bump up the resolution from 720p to 1080p resolution and see how the PC will handle it. So right now the game is running at 1080p resolution normal graphics, and surprisingly we're getting pretty good results from this APU. On an average, GTA 5 was running at 80 to 85 FPS. Buttery smooth gameplay. So far didn't face any sorts of lags or stutters. You can easily play a lot of games at 1080p low to medium graphic settings with decently good frame rates on this PC. Just have a look at this gameplay demo. And final test, now I'm gonna bump up the graphics from normal to high settings at 1080p resolution only and show you the results. See, keep in mind again that there is no dedicated GPU at all in this build, only runs on Radeon built-in graphics, and my god, are you kidding me? 60 FPS on an average, guys, at 1080p high graphic settings. Now, what more can you ask from an APU? I've told you, right, 5600G is a very capable APU, and imagine you save some money in the future, maybe buy like a 3050 or 3060 and add it to this build. You can take the gaming performance on it to a whole new level. Now, that is the kind of performance I'm talking about. It's like future proof for you, plenty of upgrade options to go with. And in case if you're a guy who doesn't do a lot of gaming, you're just buying this PC for like office work or maybe like productivity purpose, like photo or video editing, then you don't actually need a GPU at all presently. This is like more than enough for you, especially if you're tight on a budget. So that is pretty much it, guys, our 50k AMD edition PC build of 2022. Time to wrap up the video, and let me just quickly tell you about the pricing. If you buy this same configuration PC from Bitkart, then it'll roughly cost you around like 48 to 49,000 rupees. I'll just leave a link to their website in the description box below. You can check it out there. So that's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video and got to know a lot. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.